Alrighty, today is June 30th, but yes, it is technically the July collection video. I went to McKay's yesterday. I've been planning this trip for a couple months, had some stuff to trade in. Trade-in values have either gone down or maybe I didn't have as much good stuff as I thought, but I only got $350-ish, maybe it was $380, I can't remember exactly, trade, and I had four something trade, and I ended up spending for something. So I only have like $350 left in trade at McKay's, which is fine. I did end up getting a ton of stuff here. There's like a good probably 40 items. So let's get through all this cool stuff. I've got some games, I got some movies, I've got some TV even. But first off, I got this from Half Price Books. I did take what McKay's wouldn't take, 2 Half Price Books, and got $15 in credit from there. So there's a couple, like 3 things I got from Half Price Books, and this is one of them. This is a Backbone 1, so you can see it's got a USB-C port right there. You stretch this out, can hook in your iPhone or any phone really, and connect to your PlayStation or just play games with a controller and keys. I looked these up. These are worth like $100, and so when I saw it for $20, I was like, well, let's take a chance on it. It does work. I tested it. Just needs a little cleaning. $20. I don't know if I'll keep it because I have a PlayStation Portal, which basically does this. But who knows? Who knows, knowing me? I may keep it. It's kind of a cool little toy, I guess. It does have like a headphone jack and USB-C on the bottom. So it's kind of like making your own little portable system out of your phone, portable gaming system. All right, let's go through some movies. Let's do movies first this time. First up, I picked up Robin Hood Men in Tights for $10.95 from McKay's. I've seen this movie. It's been a really long time. It's a Mel Brooks movie. Wanted to rewatch it. That's why I picked it up. I did not own it at all, so that is just a good new pickup. Fatherhood. This what I thought was a Netflix movie. I watched it when it came out, enjoyed it. Saw it for $1.95. I was like, I'm not passing this up for $1.95. It will be worth a rewatch later down the line for $1.95 for sure. Picked up Joy for $9.95. I had this movie on Blu-ray, so this is a 4K upgrade. I've not seen this movie since I originally saw it in theaters. Want to rewatch it. Love Jennifer Lawrence. Figured it was worth a $10 4K upgrade. Picked up the sealed copy of the original Space Jam. I did not own this. I have, of course, seen Space Jam. $5.95 for a sealed Blu-ray. I thought was a score. I still have not watched that new Space Jam with LeBron. Maybe one day. Gemini Man. I watched this once in theaters. I had it on Blu-ray. I picked it up a while back for super cheap. So I'm upgrading it to 4K for $8 whole. I remember the CG of the young Will Smith was kind of wonky looking. But I like Will Smith. I like sci-fi movies. I'll check that out eventually again. Picked up Perks of Being a Wallflower. There is kind of a pattern with some of these movies. These are movies that I saw a long time ago or have never seen. And I always said I didn't like this movie, but it's been so long since I've seen it, I wanted to give it another chance. It's got a good cast. Maybe I just wasn't in the right mood for it, I guess. So, $7.95 for Perks of Being a Wallflower. Did not own it. Blink Twice. This was a movie from a couple years ago. Channing Tatum. Kind of like an Epstein-ish kind of movie, horror movie. I enjoyed it enough. Figure it was worth $11.95. See it again some point in time. Training Day, a classic Denzel movie. I had it on Blu-ray. This is the 4K upgrade for $12. Pretty cool. Song Sung Blue. This movie just came out in like December of this past year. Really, really enjoyed it. It was like one of my more surprising movies of last year. So when I saw it for $12 for the Blu-ray, I was like, yes, please. Reagan, I believe this came out last summer. I was going to watch it. I do like presidential biopic movies, but I never saw it. So this was a blind buy for $8.95. I work with a history teacher, and he was telling me that it was good, so figured I would check it out. The Mask from Zero to Hero. Oh, this is just The Mask. The Mask movie. So it was kind of expensive, $17. I was like, well, maybe it's not in print anymore or something. But I didn't own The Mask. It has been forever since I've seen this movie. I remember watching this as a kid. Does it hold up? I don't know. Jim Carrey is hilarious, so I may really enjoy it watching it again. Another one that I thought was kind of expensive, but I can't remember the last time I ever saw this out in the wild, so went ahead and picked it up. Dude, Where's My Car? Probably watched this movie when it originally came out. Probably rented it from the Blockbuster or something. Hadn't seen it in so long I don't even remember. But $15, picked it up. Kind of a dumb comedy. Another Pixar Blu-ray to 4K upgrade. I don't have either of the Inside Out movies in 4K until now. Now I got the first one. $15.95 I thought was a good deal to get this upgraded. Not my favorite Pixar movie. I know a lot of people love Inside Out. Not a big fan. Don't Breathe 2. I loved the first Don't Breathe. This one I remember leaving the theater kind of disappointed, but you know, the collector in me, I wanted to give it another go. Plus, I wanted to have it in the collection. $10.95 for Don't Breathe 2. Plane, I had it on Blu-ray, so this is the 4K upgrade for $10. Still drives me crazy that the next movie by this director is not called Boat. It's got Jason Statham in it, and he goes on a boat, and it looks like Die Hard on a boat. And I was like, come on. Let's make a trilogy. We could do Plane, Boat, something else. Anyways, that's a 4K upgrade. Another blind buy. I saw that new Digger retrospective trailer for Tom Cruise and showing off all his movies. And I was like, I want to do like a Tom Cruise month in October before that Digger movie comes out. And so I got a couple Tom Cruise movies I need to get. This was one of them. I've never seen Days of Thunder. Went all out. Got it in 4K for $15. First Man, I had this on Blu-ray, so this is a 4K upgrade for $13. First Man, I enjoyed. I didn't love it. We'll see. Crimson Tide. This was a movie I don't think I've ever seen. If I do, I don't remember it. It's an older movie. Picked this up at Half Price Books for $7.50. It's Denzel. I wanted to watch it. Looks cool. Brooklyn Finest. I think I've watched this once. It was $5. It says from the director of Training Day, so that would be Antoine Fuqua. Has Richard Gere and Wesley Snipes in it, so thought I would give it another go. Looks like a gangster movie, maybe. Boss Baby Family Business. This is another blind buy. I watched the original Boss Baby and surprisingly enjoyed it. So I forgot that they had a sequel and I never watched it. So I picked it up for $10. Came with the slip, which was cool. Lights Out, I watched the once. I remember enjoying this, especially for a horror movie. And it was only $3.95. So went ahead and picked it up. I don't have a ton of horror movies in my collection, so wanted to get something cheap. Red Planet. This is another movie that, man, if I've seen it, I don't remember. I love The Martian, and this looks kind of Martianist. I'm sure it's a lot cheesier. It came out in the Armageddon days, if I remember correctly. But I wanted to watch it. I love sci-fi and space movies, and for $4.95, I figured it was worth a checkout. Mid-90s, this was one of my favorite movies of the year it came out, which was probably 2 or 3 years ago. I don't think there's a whole lot of prints of it. I don't see it anywhere, so I went and grabbed it for $12. Great movie from director Jonah Hill, which is interesting. Another blind buy that I've always wanted to watch this, but I never have. Aviator, Leonardo DiCaprio, based on Howard Hughes, I think is his name. Howard Hughes. $7 I thought was a good deal for this. I think this is Scorsese, isn't it? Pretty sure. But yeah, pick that up. Okay, now we've got some TV, and then we'll go through the video games. So we're burning through this pretty quick. First up, I did pick up John Adams for $10.95. This replay wanted like $25 for this set. I looked at it multiple times. I was going to pick it up. I watched this when it originally came out on HBO. It's a good show, like almost like a mini series, and I really enjoyed it. Paul Giamatti is great in it. So it's another history, presidential biopic type movie. And then kind of the crown jewel of this whole deal, because I have been looking for this forever, was at $94.95. Once again, it was all trade credit, so free to me. The entire collection of Game of Thrones in 4K. Now, it is used. I opened up a couple of discs. They all looked fine, but I'm going to go through it all to make sure they're all there. All of Game of Thrones for $100 in 4K in this cool little box set. It's got some kind of little book and some special features on a Blu-ray. So this is really cool. Glad to have this now. My love of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon and everything, this was missing from the collection, and I always just wanted to get it in 4K. I didn't want to buy the Blu-rays. So really cool find. Like I said, for free. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh yes, for sure. Got to have that. All right, now we're going to get into some games. First up, I've got a PS4 game. I've got the original God of War for $4.95. I think I have this digitally through like PlayStation Plus or something, because I've played through it and beat it. But for $5, I was like, oh, I'm going to add it to the collection. I did not have it physically. A PS3 game for $5, Portal 2. I couldn't believe I didn't have this because I have played Portal as well. We've got a Sega Genesis game, Vector Man. I was watching some videos on Genesis games you've never played that are good. Vector Man showed up. So when I saw this is the cardboard box, which I kind of like the plastic boxes better, but it's CIB for $26.95 for a Sega Genesis game. So I figured to go ahead and just get the cardboard box. It's pretty cool. Looks interesting. If you can see the gameplay look up there. Picked up this Capcom Classics Collection, $15.95 for PS2. Mainly got this because this has some games that I'm probably never going to get for my old consoles. And, I don't know when I will be playing some of these games. But for $16, I love these little arcade collections. It's got 22 games for $16. For PS4, I got Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. I had this on PS3. I did not know there was a definitive edition. I've heard this game is really cool, like a GTA style game. So one day I will check this out. And it was $17.95 for this PS5 version or PS4 version. I got the regular 2018's God of War. I have not played God of War Ragnarok yet. I've been wanting to play it. Saw this for $41.95. I think it's $10 over what it's worth. But once again, I had credit, so went ahead and picked it up so that I could play it because this is going to get added to the lineup. I might end up playing that this Christmas time. This was a cool find. Shredder's Revenge. This is another kind of like 16-bit turtle game. You can see here. Limited run. Only $23.95. So pretty cool. For PS5. And then we got two more Genesis games and a Super Nintendo game. We got Cool Spots, kind of the same thing with Vector Man. This was another game that people said was good and kind of random. $24.95, complete in box. This one does have the plastic box. I mean, look at that. You're like a spot with legs and feet running around. I want to try that out on the Genesis. And then, this was kind of just random. I was just like, $18 for a Garfield game. Honestly, it's complete in box. I looked on the back and it looked interesting. I love these classic games and the way they look. So figured I'd give it a try for $18. And then I picked up one Super Nintendo game. Got Jurassic Park Part 2, The Chaos Continues. I have the first Jurassic Park game for Super Nintendo, so I wanted to go ahead and add this one to the collection. It's going to need some cleaning, going to need one of my custom cases, but pretty cool find for $22.95. And that is everything from the McKay's trip. I'm sitting here getting ready to go through all my McKay's stuff, and one of my purchases from Amazon from the Criterion sale came in. It's got a crease in the thing, which I'm pretty ticked off about. Might send that back and get a replacement. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But I'm mad because the news just came out that Sony's basically killing physical media. I mean, definitely for video games, but it will have a trickle-down effect to this. But I do like this set. I've been wanting this movie for a while. I only got to watch it once on a plane, and if you know this movie, it's not a very plane-friendly movie. I kept having to drop the volume and hide the screen, so I'm looking forward to actually really getting to watch it. But it's got this cool little set here. It's got 4K, it's got the Blu-ray, it's got this cool little sleeve. You know, I love physical media, and I'm sad that Sony's killing it, but I wanted to show that off. It's got this little internal thing. It's a cool set. I don't know. I may do a refund through Amazon to get this fixed, because I really don't like that that's creased. But we'll see. Anyways, I wanted to show that off because I'm going to just throw this into the collection once I go through everything and clean it all up. So anyways, there's one random thing on July 1st. Alrighty, today is July 25th, so we are getting towards the end of the month. Besides that huge McKay's haul that I did way back at the beginning, I've got 6 things here that I bought since then. So July, besides that huge McKay's haul, was pretty meh. There was a couple things I wanted to buy, but I decided to hold out a little while. And I do have several things that I pre-ordered that are coming August, and then in September, video games are going to start popping off. So I will have more stuff, but here's the 6 things I got throughout the month. Starting off with, as I probably put the video in there, the huge Sony PlayStation not doing physical anymore news is still eating at me. I'm still peed off about it, to the point where I canceled my PlayStation Plus. I'm not going to buy a PlayStation 6. I'm not going to buy Grand Theft Auto. So one thing I did buy was I went ahead and bought Star Fox for the Nintendo Switch 2, because Nintendo is not doing away with physical. So I'm going to start supporting Nintendo, which I already had a Nintendo Switch 2, but if you've seen some of my past videos, I haven't gotten super obsessed with it because I was waiting to see what Sony was going to do with their handheld. Well, now I know what they're going to do with their handheld, and I'm not a fan. So probably going to be buying more Nintendo type things. Never played a Star Fox game. It looked cool. I liked the character in the newest Super Mario movie. And this is a remake of the N64 Star Fox, I'm pretty sure. I heard it's pretty good, so looking forward to playing it. I have not played it yet, but it is on the backlog to try. Then I got 3 movies here. These were all pickups at a game exchange, I'm pretty sure, because it was buy 2, get 1 free. So, and I've since removed the tags, but if I remember correctly, all their movies are like $6.99. So what that mean? I paid $14 for 3 movies. First one I picked up was Mr. Brooks. I had this on DVD, so this is a DVD to Blu-ray upgrade, starring Kevin Costner. If I remember correctly, he is the bad guy in this movie. I can't really remember it very well, but had it on DVD, so I wanted to get that upgraded. A Perfect Getaway. This was a movie I've seen once a long time ago. If I remember correctly, I think they all go out on a vacation, and then somebody's trying to murder him or something. I don't really 100% remember, but I like Steve Zahn. And so, and I remember that I had seen it, so I wanted to get it. I thought it would be a good movie to rewatch. It's got to be 20 years old probably at this point. Need for Speed. This is another movie that I only ever watched once, and it was on a plane. So I don't remember much about it, but it's a movie based off a video game, one of the earlier ones. And I do like the Need for Speed games. I like Aaron Paul. We'll see. I don't remember if I hated it, loved it, thought it was meh, but didn't own it, so picked it up. And then I guess before I go to the thing I bought for my birthday for myself, I did buy this cool little 8BitDo retro receiver for the Sega Genesis. As I've been playing my Sega Genesis, I've noticed that the controllers, while cool and fun to play with, they leave something a little left to be desired. They're probably, gosh, at this point, the Genesis is 30 years old, 35 years old. So, they've updated controllers since then. Well, what's cool about this little thing is you plug this into your Genesis. It's charging right now. It's not in the box. And then I can take any 8BitDo or really any Bluetooth controller, pair it with that, and then use it. I have this 8BitDo controller that I bought from a bin store for like $5 back in the day. It just didn't have a receiver with it. So I have been using it on my PC, plugging it in, and it's got kind of the Xbox layout, but I'll be able to pair this with that receiver and play this on my Sega Genesis. They also make receivers for the Super Nintendo. I mean, they make receivers for everything, but I could get one for the Super Nintendo, but I kind of like the Super Nintendo controller. I could get this for the PS2. They have one for the PS2 I could get. Once again, though, I kind of like the DualShock 2 controllers, but this one, I was like, ooh, I want to play my Sega Genesis with this controller. So I thought that was cool. This was like $20 on Amazon, if I remember correctly. It was on sale, and then I had a gift card. So honestly, I got this for free, but still pretty cool. And then finally, I bought this for my birthday. I was like, I'm going to buy me one thing for my birthday, which was on the 21st. And I was like, I really had been eyeballing this sucker right here. The Office Superfan Complete Series Extended Edition. I love The Office. It's one of those shows, though, like, I rewatch. My favorite show of all time is Friends. So I've rewatched that probably 10 times or more. And I have my original Friends DVD set that I still watch. I would like to upgrade that to the 4K version eventually. The Office is one of those shows I really enjoyed, but I don't rewatch it. So I was like, ooh, I want to get this so I can start rewatching it. Plus, this has extended episodes, which is cool. And I didn't own it on physical media at all. And it was like $60 something. So for the price of one game, I got the entire season of The Office physically. I think that's an awesome deal. I like this box set. I mean, it's The Office. Not too many people haven't seen The Office, but I even kind of like the spinoff they did, The Paper, which I think the second season for that's getting ready to come out. So that's pretty cool. I still want to so I have Friends, and I would like to upgrade that to 4K. I would still love to own Big Bang Theory, but honestly, I'm starting to really get pretty much all my favorite shows on physical. I mean, this month alone, I bought Game of Thrones in 4K. I got The Office here in Blu-ray. If I get Big Bang Theory, I'm going to be pretty set on the TV front of all my favorite shows physically. But yeah, that was my birthday present to myself. And that is it for the month of July. Until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.